Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. So we'll go ahead and get started today on our backs. And as usual, find what works for you. You can either have your legs extended out long like you're in Shavasana. You can take your soles of the feet together and drop your knees out, or you can take your feet wide and drop your knees in. And we'll just take our first few moments to settle in here. We'll begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Maybe place one hand on your heart and one on your belly as you feel that connection with the breath, the body, feeling the belly, the chest rise and fall, and starting to slow down your mind, your breath. Maybe count to 5 on the inhales, 5 on the exhales. Beginning to settle into this space. This may be your first time joining via Zoom from your home, wherever you may be, rather than at a studio. So it may take a minute to get acclimated to this new spot for your yoga practice this morning. So take a moment to notice how the breath is doing today. Noticing if you can take those deep inhales, noticing if the breath is more shallow. Wanting to try to stay connected with our breath as we move through our practice. Allowing the breath to help us move, relax, release. Noticing if by focusing on the breath, the racing thoughts in your mind start to slow a bit, or maybe find a little bit more clarity in them. And take a moment to notice the physical body, how everything is feeling today. And remembering to stay gentle with yourself as we move. Remembering this is your practice, your body, doing what feels good for you today, always. Finding variations, coming into completely different poses or shapes if needed. And as you're ready, we'll start to extend those legs out long if they're not already. Reach the arms up overhead. You can interlace the fingers and flip the palms. And take a nice big full body stretch. Maybe point those toes. Really fill up the body with the breath. And release. And keeping that left leg extended, we'll bring the right knee into the chest. You can interlace the fingers around that right shin. And let's flex both feet. So toes are pointing toward the sky. So that right knee can be in toward the chest, or allow it to fall open to the shoulder. If you'd like, you can begin to take some circles with the right ankle, maybe pointing and flexing the foot. And we'll reach that right hand for the outside of the right foot, shin or thigh, as we begin to come into our half happy baby, taking that right foot toward the sky and drawing that knee closer to the earth. The left hand can gently anchor that left side down. And breathe, feeling that nice stretch and opening on the right side. And let's Bend the left leg, plant the left foot on the earth as you cross that right ankle over the top of the left thigh. Keeping that right foot flexed as we come into our back pigeon or figure four. You can stay right here or start to lift that left foot up as you begin to hug the left leg in, interlacing the fingers around that left shin or behind the thigh. Maybe using that right elbow to gently put pressure against the right leg. And notice that that neck is long, so your chin might be slightly tucked in. Notice if there's any tension you're holding in the throat, jaw, neck, shoulders, anything you can release on your exhale. Breathing. So let's release the hands, take the arms to a T. Take that left foot back to the earth, let that right ankle is still crossed, and then we'll drop the legs over to the left. So outside of the left leg and right foot, plant down on the earth. And maybe take that left hand to the inner right thigh, just above the knee, and gently press the knee toward the sky. You can keep the gaze at center, or you can roll your head slightly to the right. And gently come back up through center, hug both legs into the chest, and maybe take a gentle rock side to side on the spine. If you'd like, you can roll the knees in circles to roll that low back out on the earth. And going in the opposite direction. And we'll switch sides as we keep that left knee in, extend the right leg long. Flexing those feet, toes toward the sky. Again, left knee can be in toward the chest, or you can allow it to fall open to that left shoulder. Feeling a bit more of a compression on the hip as you take some rolls with that left ankle, maybe point and flex the foot. Coming into our half happy babies, we reach that right hand for the outside of the foot, left hand for the outside of the foot, shin or thigh, drawing the foot toward the sky, knee toward the earth. Right hand can gently anchor that right hip down. And breathe. Noticing any difference that you might feel on this side as you stretch and open. And we'll start to bend that right leg, plant the right foot down as you cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Left foot stays flexed. You can stay right here or begin to hug that right leg in as you interlace the fingers around the shin or thigh. Maybe the left arm gently presses against that left leg, or a different sensation on that stretch. And again, notice that you're breathing. We're not holding the breath. Notice if there's tension, if you've started to tighten up through the shoulders or neck, maybe somewhere completely different. And we'll start to take those arms out to a T as we set that right foot back down on the earth, and then start to allow those legs to drop toward the right. Left foot plants, outer right leg plants. Maybe your gaze comes to the left, and maybe you take that right hand to that inner left thigh and just gently press the left knee away from you. And coming back through center, giving both legs a hug. We'll take our spinal roll. So you can either gently press yourself up or take your hands to the backs of your thighs and roll a few times back and forth until you come to your easy cross-legged seated position. And taking a moment here to close the eyes. Hands can be face down or palms up on your knees or thighs, grounding those sit bones, so really rooting down. Spine is nice and long as you sit up out of your hips. And the breath is full. And we'll inhale the arms up overhead, reach those fingers high, maybe take your gaze up to the fingertips. Hands touch, exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release that right hand down as you stretch that left arm up and over, bending into the right elbow, maybe gaze up under that left arm. Keeping the left sit bone grounded as you stretch through that left side. And inhale, both arms up through center. Exhale, left hand to the earth, reaching that right arm up and over. Again, maybe gaze up under that right arm. Feeling that expansion through that right side of your body. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand just behind. Inhale, tall spine, and exhale as you twist. Full breath. Inhale up through center. And exhale, left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand just behind. Inhale, tall spine, and exhale, twist. Inhale up through center. And as you exhale, let's hinge at the hips, fold forward, reaching those hands for the earth. You can round the head, the upper back. With an exhale, maybe reach those fingers out a bit further, trying to keep both sit bones grounded. Let's walk the hands to the right. Left hand can stack on top of the right. Again, trying to keep that left sit bone grounded. And walk through center to the left. Maybe right hand comes on top. Walk back through center. One more breath, one more extension. And start to walk those hands back in, coming back to your seat. Let's take a neck stretch here. Drop the chin toward the chest. Inhale and exhale. Gently roll that right ear to the right shoulder. You can stay right here or release the left fingers to the earth. Inhale that right arm up and over, taking the right fingers to the above the left ear. Playing with the chin here, maybe taking the chin up toward the sky or toward the earth, finding where you need that stretch. And gently release that right hand. If it's up, slowly roll the chin toward the chest. Inhale. And exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Again, hands can stay on the knees or right fingers to the earth. Left hand up and over, gently pressing just above that right ear. And take a moment to play with the chin. Pointing it up, down, staying neutral. Finding that stretch. It may be different than was on the other side. And gently release, chin towards the chest. And lifting the gaze, let's start to make our way into our tabletop. So taking your time as you stack knees over hips, shoulders over wrists, finding a flat back. Inhale, drop the belly, take the gaze and the tail up. And exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing the earth away for cat. Inhale up. Exhale, round. And take a few more on your own as you feel that connection between the breath and the body. Allowing your breath to help you move, to feel the mobilization in the spine. And coming back to that flat back. And we'll take a spinal balance. Let's extend that left leg out long behind us, lifting the toes off the earth, flexing that left foot, and maybe reach the right arm out in front. So finding length here, feeling as if you're being pulled in either direction. Engaging the core. And today we'll send that left leg out to the left, right arm out to the right. And come back through center. Out. Center. Out. Center. And from here, let's bend that left leg, send that left, like you're pressing that left foot up toward the sky. So you can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can start to reach that right arm back for that left foot. As you gently press the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Breathing. And gently release. Coming back to your tabletop. We'll take one cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. And exhale, round. Coming back to neutral, switching sides, extend that right leg out long behind, and maybe reach the left arm out in front. Again, finding that length, that stability. And left arm goes left, right leg goes right. And in, out, in, out, in, breathe. Let's bend that right leg, right foot toward the sky. You can stay right here, or you can reach that left arm back for the right foot. As you press that foot into the hand, hand into the foot, and breathe. Feeling this mini back bend. And gently release, coming back to your tabletop. We'll start to make our way into down dog. As you curl those toes under, start to lift the knees, send the torso toward the thighs, and begin to send the tail toward the sky. Nice long spine. You can pedal out the feet here, bending through one leg and then the other. Fingers are spread wide. Trying to place that weight between the thumb and first finger, or slightly gripping the fingertips. And begin to walk the feet forward to meet the hands at the top of your mat. Coming into your ragdoll fold. So you can deeply bend the knees. Maybe reach for opposite elbows and take a gentle sway. Head and neck are heavy, relaxed.
And release the fingers to the earth as you slowly begin to roll up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way to stand in your mountain pose, Tadasana.
Taking a moment here to close the eyes. The hands, palms can face forward or at your sides. Take a moment to rock gently back and forth on the feet. And coming to stillness, notice as you plant all four corners of the feet down, rooting yourself into the earth, standing tall. Kneecaps are lifted, quads are engaged, core is engaged, shoulders are down away from the ears. Take a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Release. Inhale the arms up overhead. Maybe gaze up at your fingers and exhale as you slightly lean back. Inhale up through center, hands touch. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, arms up. And let's bend the elbow, bend at the elbows and reach for opposite elbows here. So your arms are above the head. And then we'll take a few sundial in either direction. So we will exhale as we begin to lean to the right, and then begin to come forward, folding forward, and coming all the way up and around through that left side. And we'll do that 2 more times to the right. So lean toward the right, bending, folding forward, and coming up through the left. And once more, go at your own pace here. And whenever you finish that third one, coming back to the top, you can take a breath, a moment, and then we'll go in the opposite direction. So exhale, lean toward the left, and start to come down as you fold forward and up through the right. Exhale, left. Again, going at your own pace, counting to 3. If that's too many, you can always do 1 on each side or stay in your mountain pose, taking a forward fold and coming up. Whatever works best for you. Once you finish 3 rounds, if you're choosing to do so, release the elbows, extend those fingers up. Touch the hands and exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment of breath for us to catch up with each other. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Flat back. And exhale, fold. Step that left foot back, left leg back, coming into your runner's lunge and release the left knee to the earth. As you inhale the arms up for your low lunge or crescent moon lunge, reaching those fingers up high. Exhale, cactus the arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, maybe gaze up. And take an inhale. And exhale, frame that right foot with the hands. Let's take a half split as we straighten out that right leg. You can keep the hands framing the foot or walk them closer to the body. Right foot stays grounded or toes toward the sky. Inhale up on those fingertips for a half lift and exhale as you fold over that straight right leg. And breathe. Gently rebend into the right leg. Frame the foot with the hands. Curl the left toes as you lift that left knee. And then we'll send the right leg back for 3-legged dog. So sending it all the way back, lifting that right leg up behind you.
We'll stack the hips as we open up here. Bend that right leg, right knee toward the sky, heel toward the seat. Maybe gaze under the right arm. Coming back through center with the hips. Shift forward again. Shift forward with the upper body. Bring that right knee toward the nose. And send that right leg back up for three-legged dog. Shift forward, right knee to nose. Drop that right foot between the hands. Keep that left hand grounded as you inhale the right arm up for a twist. You can always drop that left knee, otherwise keeping it up as you press the left heel back. Lifting up out of that left shoulder. Release the right hand to the earth. And step that left foot up to meet the right forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Take a breath, a moment, reset, recenter. Switching sides, inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back, runner's lunge. And drop that right knee to the earth. As you inhale the arms up, reaching those fingers high. Exhale, cactus the arms as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bending at the elbows, maybe gazing up for a mini back bend. Heart and chest opener. Exhale, frame the foot with the hands as you begin to straighten out that left leg. Foot can stay grounded or toes can come toward the sky. Inhale up on those fingertips and exhale as you fold over that straight left leg. And breathe. And start to rebend into the left leg. Frame that foot with the hands as you curl the right toes, lift that right knee, and send that left leg back behind you for three-legged dog. And we'll open up as we bend the left leg, knee toward the sky, heel toward the seat, to maybe gaze under that left arm. Come through center. As you begin to shift forward, bringing that left knee toward the nose. And sending that leg back, three-legged dog. Come forward, left knee toward the nose. And plant that left foot between the hands. Keep the right hand grounded as you inhale the left arm up. Again, you can keep the right knee lifted or you can release it. Trying not to collapse in that right shoulder as you strongly press the earth away. Exhale, release the left hand to the earth as you step the right foot up to meet the left forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Taking another moment and breath here. You can keep the hands at heart center or release those hands down. Finding your mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, runner's lunge. So we will set up for our high crescent lunge. You can take the hands to that right thigh or inhale the fingers all the way up. Reaching those arms high, taking a moment to find your stance. As you either bring the feet closer together, take the feet wide on the mat. Try to allow those shoulders to release away from the ears.
And we'll take an open arm twist to the right. Exhale, circle that right arm down in front and around as you reach the right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, both arms up through center. Crescent lunge. Exhale the arms behind the low back as you interlace those fingers. Inhale, squeezing those shoulders together, maybe gaze up. And exhale, we'll begin to hinge forward at the hips. So you can keep the hands at the low back, or you can send those hands toward the sky. That right shoulder is by that right knee, folding, hinging forward. Breathing. If the hands are at the sky, toward the sky, gently start to release them back to the low back first, and then release the fingers as you plant the hands to frame that right foot. And we'll ground into the right foot as we lift the left foot up, coming into our standing splits. Left foot can be at a hover, or it can be a few feet up. Maybe you're in a standing L. Maybe walking those hands back to help draw the upper body closer toward that right standing grounded leg. And gently release that left foot to meet the right forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to your shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the right leg back, right foot back. Runner's lunge. And coming up into our crescent lunge as you inhale those arms up, raise those fingers toward the sky. Find your stance, your breath, your stability, your strength. We'll take that open arm twist to the left as we exhale, circle the left arm down in front and around, taking it to reach back. Right fingers reach forward. Inhale, both arms up through center. Exhale, press the air away as you take those hands to the low back. Maybe take the opposite interlace of the fingers this time. So awkward thumb on top. As you squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe gaze up. And exhale, start to hinge and fold forward. Hands can stay at the low back, or those fists can reach toward the sky. Breathe. Again, if the hands are lifted, first, gently take them to the low back before releasing the fingers to frame that left foot. Ground into the left foot as you kick that right leg up. Again, maybe walking the hands back to help draw the upper body closer to that standing left leg. Feeling that strength, that grounding through the left leg. Trying to allow that head and neck to be nice and heavy, relaxed. And release that right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Slightly bend the knees, inhale, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So from here we are simply going to step that left leg back, coming into a warrior two, facing that long end of the mat as we bend into the right leg, take the arms to a T and gaze over those right fingertips. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And then you can slightly turn those toes in, heel out. Notice that all four corners of the feet are grounding down, noticing that you're not leaning too far forward toward that right leg. Your upper body is nice and upright. That right knee is going toward the outer side of that right foot, the pinky toe side, not collapsing in. Flip that right palm toward the sky and reverse, left arm down the left leg. Right arm reaches overhead. And start to straighten that right leg. Let's come into triangle as we take the arms to a T. Kick those hips to the left, reach the right fingers forward, and drop those right fingers for the right shin, thigh, maybe the earth, left fingers toward the sky. Trying to stay upright in that upper body. It's like you're against a wall. Inhale, lift both arms toward the sky and turn the right toes toward the long end of the mat. Let's come into a 5-pointed star. So pivoting both feet, so both toes are facing outward. Again, both arms are reaching up. Hands come to touch. Exhale, hands through heart center as you bend through those legs, coming into a prayer squat. And breathe. And let's, while we're here, lift the right foot up. So coming onto the ball of the right foot. And release. Let's lift that left heel up. And release. Let's lift both heels up. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. Release. Inhale all the way up. Straighten those legs. Reach those arms up high. Exhale, fold forward. Wide leg fold. You can turn the toes to face the long end so the feet are both parallel to the top and the bottom of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift up onto those fingertips. Exhale, fold. We'll come all the way back up. You can take the hands to the hips or slightly bend the knees as you inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We will come to our warrior two on the other side. We'll just stay right here. So turn those left toes toward the back of your mat. Maybe kick that right heel out a bit so that those toes point in. Begin to bend through the left leg as you take your arms to a T and gaze over those left fingertips. So again, settling in here as you fidget and find your stance a bit. Grounding into the feet, adjusting that left leg, left knee, shoulders away from the ears, breathing. Flip that left palm toward the sky, reverse, right arm back, left arm up. Start to straighten the left leg. Arms to a T as you kick those right hips toward the right, reach the left fingers forward and drop those left fingers for the left shin, thigh, or the earth as you reach the right fingers high for your triangle. That core is strong. You're not putting too much weight in that left hand. Inhale both arms up. 5-pointed star. Turn those left toes. We'll turn both toes out, both feet out. Hands come to touch. Exhale, prayer squat, bending through those legs. And inhale, straighten up, reaching those fingers up. Exhale, take the hands to the low back, interlace those fingers. Inhale as you maybe gaze up. Exhale, let's fold forward. So again, you can keep the hands at the low back.
Or take the hands toward the sky. Allow the head to release. Gently, if the hands are up, take them to the low back and release those hands to the earth. So maybe adjusting the feet so the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat, or front and back of the mat, top and bottom. Let's take a twist. Plant that left hand just below the face as we inhale the right arm up. Exhale, switching sides, right hand plants down. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, release. Make a slight bend in those knees as you inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll step back to the top of our mat. And so from here we will inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slightly bend the knees. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a tree pose. So you can find a wall or a piece of furniture if you'd like to use something to balance on. Otherwise, we will ground into that left foot. Open up that right leg by coming into your kickstand, taking that right heel to the inner left ankle. Right toes can be on the earth, hands on the hips. You can stay right here, or if you would like, start to take that right foot to the left calf or the inner left thigh. Again, hands can remain on your hips. They can come through prayer center, or they can come up overhead. If that foot is on the thigh, really press the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Feeling strong through that left rounded leg. Maintaining your breath. If you fall out, you can always come right back. And gently bring the hands back to heart center. Release, shake it out. And switching sides, ground into that right foot. Again, you can really start with that kickstand. And you can stay here. This is a really nice place to be. Otherwise, begin to grow your tree to wherever feels good for you. And it may be different than was on the other side. Reach those hands up if you'd like. Maybe find a place to gaze. Knowing that our balance, our physical balance, changes every day with our bodies, with our minds. So accepting wherever you are today, that might be different than where you were yesterday. Ooh. And gently come back through center, release, shake it out. Come back to the top of your mat if you moved. Let's inhale the arms up and exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Let's start to bend through the knees, drop the hips, lift the heels, coming into a toe squat. So hands, fingers can remain on the earth, or you can bring the hands up through prayer at heart center. Finding that nice tall spine, building strength through the ankles, feet. If you have those hands up, gently release as you come all the way onto your seat. And extend those legs out long.
Press those hands into the earth next to the hips. Find that nice tall spine. Flexing the toes back toward the face. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hinge forward. Allow those hands to fall wherever they may. Feet, shins, thighs. Keep that gaze and chest going forward as you find that length in your spine. And then on your exhale, if it feels good, safe, you can begin to release and round. And breathe. And start to walk the hands up the legs. Preparing for a twist. Keep that left leg out long, bend the right leg, plant the right foot next to the inside of that right left thigh or cross that left leg, planting the foot to the outside. Take the right hand behind the low back as you inhale the left arm up. And exhale to the right. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale as you twist. That left upper arm can be at the outer right thigh, or you can be hugging the right leg in with the left arm. And trying not to collapse into that right hand, just using it for support. Maintaining that tall spine, sitting up nice and tall. Left foot is flexed, toes toward the sky. Breathing. And gently come back through center. As we switch sides, right leg out long, bending the left. Left foot plants to the inside or outside of the right thigh. Left hand behind the low back. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale to the left. And breathe. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Gentle on the neck. Coming back towards center. Release that left leg. Plant both feet on the earth. Knees toward the sky. And we'll gently and slowly start to come down. So you can keep your hands on the earth next to the hips, hands behind the thighs, or reach those fingers out in front. As you engage the core and slowly and deliberately roll down one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way to your back. Start to walk those heels toward the seat. We'll come into one bridge pose here. As we inhale, press those heels into the earth, lift the hips, the thighs, send the knees forward. Arms can stay at your sides, or you can interlace the hands as you gently roll the shoulders under, expanding through the chest, the heart, and lifting even more, and breathing. Gently begin to release. You can take your feet wide and windshield those legs back and forth. Releasing the low back. Next time your legs are at the right, knees are at the right, keep them there. Maybe take your arms to a T. So if you'd like, this may be enough for you today. If you'd like, you can take the right ankle. So the outer right ankle comes to the outer left thigh. Maybe take your gaze to the left. So that right ankle is basically just giving a little bit of pressure to that left leg, helping to deepen the twist here. And gently come back up through center.
Feet are wide as you drop the knees to the left. Maybe the gaze comes to the right. And maybe you take that outer left ankle to the outer right thigh, just above that right knee. And breathe. Gently come back up. Squeeze both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe rock back and forth on the spine. If you'd like to come into a full happy baby, you can reach the hands for the outside of the feet, shins or thighs, or take those peace fingers around the big toes. As you keep that tailbone grounded, shoulders grounded. Maybe gently rock side to side here. If you'd like, you can extend one leg and then the other. Just taking some gentle movements, whatever your body needs, before coming into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Bringing both knees in and beginning to extend those legs long. As you close the eyes and start to come into your final resting pose. So those legs can be long, wide on your mat. Arms can be at your sides with the palms up, or you can take the arms out a bit further, or even do a T, whatever feels good for you. If you'd rather, you can always bend the legs, taking those feet wide, dropping the knees in. Find what works. As you begin to gently rock the head side to side until you find a nice neutral spot in which to rest. Maybe roll those shoulders under a bit. Start to release any residual tension that you may have as you soften through the temples. Separate the teeth and unclench the jaw. Take a swallow as you soften through the throat and the neck. Allow the breath to be natural, and still being aware as the chest, the belly rise and fall. Relaxing through the shoulders, the upper arms, forearms, hands and fingers. Relaxing the low back, the glutes, hamstrings and thighs. Softening the knees, calves, feet and the toes. Allowing your full body to feel heavy. Each exhale, allow it to sink a bit deeper into stillness and relaxation. Allowing yourself to rest for the next few minutes.
you have the time and have nowhere to be, you are more than welcome to stay here for as long as you may like. Otherwise, if you are ready to move on with your day, you can begin to deepen the breath. Slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, beginning to make circles with the wrists and the ankles as you slowly and gently reawaken your body, taking your time. As you're ready, you can bring the arms up overhead for a nice big full body stretch. Coming back to full awareness. And slowly begin to bring those knees into the chest as you make your way onto your favorite side in sleeping child's pose, resting your head in your bicep pillow. And take another few grounding breaths, as well as a moment of gratitude for taking the time to come to your mat, taking the time for your practice, for your mind, your body, and your breath. Moment of gratitude for all your blessings in life, big and small. As you're ready, you can gently begin to press yourself up into your easy seated position, trying to keep your eyes closed. Again, focusing on the breath. As you take a moment to remember to think about the restorative effects the breath can have on the mind and the body. Knowing you can come to these breaths of awareness at any time throughout your day to help you find a sense of peace, presence, clarity. And let's inhale the arms up overhead, reach those fingers up high. And exhale, hands to heart center. May there be compassion in your thoughts. May there be kindness in your words and actions. And may there be love and peace in your heart. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day going forward, and I hope to practice with you again soon.